Question 8 is on the topic of circles. So it's under chord job. It's actually under further chord job. So the basic part is on part 1. So this is a format of an equation of a circle. So from the equation of the circle, the basic thing will be you must be able to tell the center and the radius. Because the characteristic of a circle will be where you place the center, and then how big is the circle is determined by the radius. So if you are given an equation, how are you supposed to tell the center and radius? There are two methods. One method, some people compare with the formula. So I'm not the kind who compare the formula. Then they will get the center. So some people will do this. So if you are doing this, right, you actually got to memorize the formula. So you need to be able to compare to tell what is your three values. So you need the three values, then you can get the center and radius. So I didn't do by this method. I didn't want to memorize it. So the other method will be I did a complete square. So there is a complete square method. So if you're not so sure about the complete square method and you would like to explore the use the complete square method instead of memorizing this huge formula, you let me know. Okay, there's a separate video on this. So anyway, for this question, right? So if you use either one of the method, you will be getting the center and the radius. So being a the next part talks about a tangent to the circle. So a tangent to the circle. So this will be the circle. And then tangent looks like this. So your job is to find the contact point, which is A. So in a way, A is the intersection point. So A is the intersection point between the straight line and the circle. Between these two lines. Between this and the circle. So in order to get point A, you should do a simultaneous equation. So you just execute the simultaneous equation. So this will be equation 1. This will be equation 2. So if you do not have callus, you will only strictly end up with one answer. So A will be this. So you try the technique out. Okay, understanding the idea and trying the technique out is a separate thing. You may not be able to execute it 100%. So these two are quite generic. It's very technique based. Okay, part 3 will be a bit of thinking. So you actually got two circle. Okay, let's organize the information first. So for the first circle, my center is this. Okay, my radius is this. For C2, okay, this is the one that they just gave us. If you need to, you can actually try to draw. So you got a bit of visualization. So the radius is 7. So minus 2, 3. The second circle is a little bit bigger. Okay, I'm not very good at drawing. Then the first one is minus 1, 2. minus 1 and 2. So it's actually a smaller circle. Okay, a bit ugly, so let me draw properly. So I'm just estimating. So we have a critical point here. The critical point is this one. So this one is somewhere here. Okay. I think I didn't draw correctly the circle. Maybe the circle should be a bit bigger. So the correct approach is to apply your length formula. So I'm actually calculating this length, and I'm actually calculating this length. Okay, my diagram is not very accurate, but the whole idea is right. I'm gonna calculate the length to the two circle, and then I will be comparing with the radius. Okay, so I think my drawing is not very realistic. Okay, so let me show you the approach. So I'm actually comparing. So let's take this to this one first. So I calculate the length. Okay, can I call it L1? Okay, so if you calculate the length, right, that will be your length formula. So apply your length formula. So in case you forgot, how do you get the length formula? X1 minus X2, Y1 minus Y2. So do the length formula. In this case, right, I will get 6.403. So 6.403 is more than 5. That means it's outside C1 because it exceeds the radius of 5. But 6 point this is less than 7. That means, right, it should be inside C2. So if I calculate right, okay, my conclusion is right. My conclusion will fit this idea. It will lie inside one of the circle. The other circle is actually outside. So the next thing here will be you compare the next one. You compare to this center. So you apply your length formula onto this. I actually get a 6.708. So again, this length is more than 5. So that means, right, this is outside. And this is less than 7. So it should be inside. So if you try out both distance, right, you will realize that it will just be inside C2. So maybe it's something like this. I'm quite bad with this. So maybe it's here. So it's outside one of the circle, inside the other circle. Okay, so it's the application of the length formula. So you actually use length formula for the explanation. So that is the topic on circles.